This is Jvei de Koki. Welcome to Movie Talk. Today's episode is The Mummy. As you can see, I tried to dress up as a mummy. The Mummy 2017 is the fourth of the franchise. And the first three cast was led by Brendan Fraser. But this time, the key main character is portrayed by Tom Cruise. And the antagonist is a female mummy, a beautiful princess during the ruling of the Pharaoh dynasty. It was 9 years ago that the last mummy was shown and released in theater. So it's a long drought, and it was the Tomb of the Emperor's Dragon. It's a long wait for the fan of the franchise. The movie is action, adventure, a little bit of suspense, a little bit of thriller. And the film is directed by Alex Kurtzman, and he's also one of the producers. Nick Morton, played by Tom Cruise, is a U.S. military officer, with his sidekick Chris Vail, played by Jake Johnson. They're both adventurers and treasure hunters. And whatever they discover, whatever they hunt, they sell it in the black market. They're both assigned in Iraq. And accidentally, they call for an airstrike, and the tomb is unearthed. Jenny Halsey, an archaeologist played by Annabelle Wallis, hurriedly asks the colonel to secure the area where the tomb is. So the colonel asks Nick and Chris to go down with Jenny in the huge pit. Nick, with his curiosity or inherent misfortune, breaks the rope that's holding the stone coffin of Amanet, or I could say, I don't know how to pronounce it well, Amanet. So whatever it is, she's the mummy played by Sofia Vitella. It's the tomb was taken from the pool of Mercury. So I'm dumbfounded. Why Mercury? I'm not a science person, but I'm wondering what mercury does to a dead body, because all I know, a high level of mercury could give damaging effect to the nervous system, and it's a poison. Amenet is an Egyptian princess mummified alive and buried away in Mesopotamia. That's Iraq's former name, as stated in the Old Testament in the Bible. She's so scared to be dethroned by her Pharaoh father as a successor in his kingdom, so she sold her soul to Set, the god of death. Set gave her a dagger, which in turn she used it to kill her father and his son. Amenet's coffin is being flown, and a flock of crow brings down the airplane and crash it to the ground, killing everyone except for Jenny. With the help of Nick, she was able to fly off the plane through a parachute, and Nick, for some bizarre and strange phenomenon, saved his life. Amenet is starting to get inside Nick's head. So Nick is seeing things that happened when Amenet was mummified, and when she attempted to offer her former lover to Seth, so that Seth could take the physical form. And Nick sees that he's the sacrifice. odd things and weird things are happening since they discovered Eminet's coven. Um, Chris becomes a talking corpse and is telling Nick that they are both cursed. And if he does not follow Eminet, something bad, worse things will happen. And for some reason, only Nick could see Chris. Eminet enticed Nick into a trap to be offered to Seth, but Nick managed to escape with Jenny. A group of the armed men sees Eminet, and also this group of men bring Nick to Dr. Henry Jarkout, played by Russell Crowe, um, who is working with Jenny to hunt paranormal threats. With Nick's surprise, he's able to communicate with captured Eminet in her primitive Egyptian language. Dr. Jackal's machine embalms Eminet while chained and it's burning her. Eminet, with her maleficent power, escapes and chases Nick and Jenny again. Nick and Eminet fight, they beat the crap out of each other. That one of them used the dagger. Now the dagger has the stone, which makes it a very powerful weapon in the most wicked form and is cursed. Sometimes one must sacrifice in order to defeat the evil. Who's the mommy now? The movie is not disgusting. Doesn't have disgusting scenes. There's no gore. There's no spilling or spewing of blood all over. There's no explosion of head or other parts of the body. This movie is not a hair raising or spin chilling type of film. So those who are petrified of scary movie, you are safe to watch it. I remember that there's at least two scenes that made me jump. One of which is that when Eminet came into life at its rotten state, appears swiftly to one of the rescue workers and sucked the life out of him to replace her decomposed body, and she jumped to another rescue workers and so on. This is the familiar scene of sucking life out of a living human so that the mummies can generate their physical forms, just like the other movies. Tom Cruise looks like he can still run very fast at his age. In this movie, there's also a lot of running, a lot of chasing. His presence is very much conspicuous in the movie as a whole. But the action scenes are pale in comparison to his last movie of Mission Impossible: The Rogue Nation. That movie, I saw it and I love it. There's no death-defying stunts here and no death-defying scenes that I could remember. It's not all action-packed at all. There's a story to tell. There's a lot of spiders, big mice. Of course, the CGI were used to generate these props. Now, according to the Box Office Mojo, uh, in the US, the movie didn't do that much. In fact, Wonder Woman beat it at its first week of showing. But box office wise, foreign sales, it did remarkably good. Now, the domestic, which is the US numbers, represents only 20% of the overall total box office sales. So it's safe to say that Tom Cruise internationally still has a great follow number of followers. I could say I like the movie, and this is the initial offering of the Dark Universe. If you are into this kind of film and you want to see it on big screen, check it out. And if you have followed the franchise and you want to see the new cast, go for it. And it's also showing on 3D and IMAX. Of course, the ticket price is much expensive for IMAX and 3D. And if you are not into this kind of film, you can just watch it on DVD and streaming online. No rush for you guys. With this, Jvei de Koki here is saying, Arrivederci, paalam, sayonara, adios, ciao, aloha, au revoir, so long, and my screen is closing. See you next time, and thank you for watching.